You're live.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. It is fabulous weather here in Vegas. Oh my gosh. It was actually a little bit chillier earlier because it was a little cloudy, but now the clouds are kind of dissipating, so it is very warm. It feels wonderful. Not warm like too warm. Oh shoot. This thing keeps switching, Rich. Okay, I got it back. Turn off your Bluetooth over there, please. Turn off your Bluetooth, please. You gotta turn off your Bluetooth. You're driving me insane. My phone, my earbuds, the only thing wrong with them is our phones are kind of all connected. So second our phones together, it just goes back and forth, back and forth. It even connects to the laptop. It's driving me nuts lately with the connecting because it connects so fabulously to your devices that it's already connected to that it's like if any of them are near, it's like, oh, there it goes. But I love these little earbuds. It's the Beats ones. They're pretty good. They're pretty fabulous, actually, besides that. But most people wouldn't have that problem if they didn't have, like, a bunch of devices. They're all signed in, like, the same iCloud. All right, so this is day 35, no alcohol. I'm really excited today because I feel really good today. And I don't remember how many days I have had the trips apart for all the trips, but I know the last one was only 23 days apart because I'm going to New York in 15 days, for those of you that don't know. And New York is my issue with, why I've been drinking, is my New York trips. So New York trips are the issue. But, well, I mean, I'm an alcoholic, but when I go to New York alone for 12 days and I'm in New York, it's very difficult for me to stay sober. I can stay sober in Vegas much easier. But anyways, I don't remember what was the furthest amount. I know one of them was like 45 days apart, but 50 might be the most that I've had apart for the trips that I've done since last November, because I've been going like every other month. And so I feel really good about that. I'm going to be leaving on day 50, because on day 35, I'm feeling really good. And that's still 15 more days of no alcohol. So I'm really excited about that because, each day I feel better. So I almost feel like maybe I won't drink in New York because I know, today I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? And then, I'm hoping with 15 more days, maybe I'll be like, no. You know what I mean? Because I can be strong there if I want to be. It just depends on, how strong I want to be, I guess, honestly. It's one of those things because I am one of those people that can be super duper strong about being rigid, but then I can be loosey-goosey if I feel like it, and so it's just kind of like a state of mind. Hi, who's in here?
Adriana Lolly.
Hi, Adriana Lolly. We love her Dead World clothing. I'm finally getting it out, Adriana. It took me, 2 years now almost to get it, a year and a half. Okay, let's do some push-ups, okay, guys? We're going to start with the push-ups. Then we're gonna we got a couple things we're doing now. Remember, we're gonna do push-ups, then we're gonna do crunches, then we're gonna do some squats, then we'll come back and do some nunchucks, okay? Sound good? All right, this is my little workout. I'm trying to do every day before New York at least, so I can be as fit as I can be before I get there because I would say even if I eat healthy there, I'm not gonna be working out there. I'm be active. I'll be extremely active. Oh, Rich, I'm going to be here. Do you want to be out there? Yeah. I'm going to be right here. Oh, no, push-ups. No, sorry, push-ups first. But it's still in the same spot, yeah. Yeah, push-ups first, sorry. Push-ups here. This get out of the way. And then I'm active in New York, but I don't see myself doing the little work. I should in my hotel. Maybe, if I eat healthy, I probably will. It just depends on, like I said, New York is very difficult for me. That's why I'm not going to keep going. This is my last trip. Because it's very difficult for my food or alcohol addiction there. Okay, we're going to try 20 push-ups here, you guys. Day 35. Has it been? No, it hasn't been 35 days of working out, though. That's right. I forget these things. 35 days no alcohol, not 35 days of working out, unfortunately. I don't remember how many days it's been working out now. And it's been on and off because of my trips to LA. Okay. All right, we're going to do 20 push-ups here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Looking stronger, Joy.
7, 8. Thank you. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I don't know if I went all the way, but I feel like I'm doing better. Remember when I first got back, I could only do 10. And I know I'm not doing perfect, okay, you guys? It's for the haters. I used to do pretty perfect push-ups, but ever since these New York trips, so I've been going to New York. Well, I started going to New York back in, well, we started together, me and Richmond, in 2021, but then I went back in 2023, and but then since you guys have been watching, have been the November 2024 to now, this November, and those were when I started drinking. So it's been these on and off trips to New York is when I drink, and then when I get home, I get sober. So this is going to be my last trip. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I stay sober there. I don't know. I feel good about it today. And I feel like each day I'll get stronger, not less strong, you know. So, okay. Here we go. I'm going to do 100 crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Alright, then I'm going to do 50. So I like to do the crunches because it's better on my back, and I'm 40, so I don't need to be hurting my back anymore. I already have back pain. Believe you me, youngins. You get back pain by 40. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, I'm going to do 50 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, let me get some water. My mouth is really dry. And then we're going to do the squats. I know, it's really hard exercising in the desert. It's so nice, like as soon as we drive into California, we're like, you can just feel, and we're like, then we can roll down the windows. You can barely have the windows down in Vegas, even when it's not hot, because it's so dry. So dry when you have them down. Okay. And it's unfortunate because you don't want to drive with your AC all the time. It's nice to be able to roll your windows down. Okay, I'm gonna do some squats now. These are just kind of incorporated back in. So, where's the best angle, like, for them to kind of see how I'm doing? Like, do I turn forward? Do I turn sideways?
Probably the side.
But like over here? Oh, like over here? Like this will work for me right here, or like
look forward,
yeah, or like right here, where, like kind of like this angle, so you guys can see if I'm doing it right. And are you supposed to have? I'm not the best at squats, so I'm trying to do it right. So let me know, you guys. Yesterday, you guys helped me a little bit on a form. We're trying to work. We're gonna try to do 20. Okay. I'll try to go down a little further. I think they were saying. And what else did they say? I forget what you guys said yesterday. So down for, okay. I'm trying to keep my knees not going over my feet. Okay. You want to try to keep your knees lined up with your ankles. You don't want them going over your toes. Like keep them. Okay, let's try this, guys.
Are you eating enough protein?
Oh, yeah, I eat a lot of protein. Protein is what I eat. Do I kind of pop my butt out? Is that how you do squats? You pop your butt out? Okay, I don't know. I'm not the best at squats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Is the broth soup cooking?
14. There's a current one. 15.
Looking good, they say. They can see it.
16.
Yeah. Go as low as you can. Lower. Yeah. There you go.
18. Oh, God.
There you go. Feeling that one?
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's good. 20. Yeah, that's how I go though. Oof. Oof. I mean, when you do the true proper exercise, it's like you can only do a couple. And when things you do like 20, it's like if you do it actually properly, it's like probably only like 5. But I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do some nunchucks. Catch my breath a little bit, actually. Squats are good. I'm glad I'm incorporating that because I wasn't really doing anything with my legs. I'm just doing a very quick workout, as you guys seeing, but I'm trying to kind of have, I'm not getting every muscle, but the nunchucks help get a lot. And then, I'm getting the abs a little bit, and then...
Jeremiah's not too happy with me right now, but that's okay.
Oh, Jeremiah's our hummingbird. We have the oh, he's kind of blocking. Yeah. Jeremiah guards the hummingbird, and we have the camera or the phone right by the tripod right by his hummingbird feeder, and he's just like, excuse me, in my space a little bit. I have a story about Casper later, you guys, for you. It's really cute. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I'm doing nunchucks. We have so many hummingbirds. We must get a better feeder. Like we order this electrolyte for the hummingbirds from Amazon. They must not have as good ones as other ones because other people have hummingbird feeders, but ours is like so popular. They come from all over. So I only really do the the figure eights. That was kind of all I ever really. You can. There's another thing where you do where you do it under your arm and stuff, but that you're hitting your hip always and your back, and I didn't like all the bruises I kept getting. So I just stuck with the figure eights because I just kind of do it not for like to be some nunchuck expert. It's just for a little bit of fitness because nunchucks are great. Like I said, so it's like 2 figure eights. So this is a figure eight. It's very simple nunchuck move. And I just do 2 figure eights. And then I cross them. So there's 2 figure eights being crossed. So it takes a lot of concentration, especially when you spin around, to think about what you're doing so you don't hit yourself or hit the nunchucks together. So there's a lot of muscle control needed, and then I'm in really bad shoes, which for me, these are unfortunately like the best that I have. And I've tried other shoes. I have really bad feet. So like out here, these are like really like spongy, but they're sandals and they're like flip-flop sandals. So I'm trying to like hold on to my shoes so they don't fall off on rocks. And so it takes a lot of muscle control to do the little spin around thing. So that's why I like doing that. Okay, I'm doing it again. All right, we're gonna pop a squat. I'm good with that. Thank you guys for a wonderful workout. Okay, I'm gonna bring my chair over here. Where? Over here, right? Yeah, over here. I'm listening to Selena Gomez today. Oh, I'm a Selena Gomez. So this is not an American flag, it's a towel. It just looks like an American flag for those of you that I get worried about that kind of stuff. Like I'm sitting on a flag unrespectfully or something. It's a towel. So it's like a 4th of July towel. I got for 4th of July and I just like it. I like our colors of the American flag. Like I think I like the way it looks. Like I've always liked wearing like red, blue, and white. I think that we have a very nice flag, America. So, and I am a U.S. Air Force vet. So I think if I want to sit on a flag, not on a towel flag, sorry. A towel flag, that's all right. I wouldn't sit on a regular flag. I actually am very respectful about that kind of stuff because I was in the military.
You actually call out flags.
No, I do. My dad.
When you're driving around.
My dad, when I was young, like before I went in the military, when he lived in Los Angeles, he put up a flag, a really nice big flag, of an American flag, outside for 4th of July. Actually, is when he put it up because they're really big into 4th of July there. And he put it up, in front of the house. You know how you have those like poles, but it was like really high up. And then I guess supposedly like his ladder broke or something like that because he had it up, and then so he kept it up for a while, and then he had it up for a couple years, and then at some point like the flag got like started to get tattered, and so his neighbors had to like come be like, Mark, can you remove your flag because you're starting to look like you don't like America or something? And he's like, oh shoot, but he had to like go get a ladder to do it, or so he had to buy a ladder. But he used to leave up the Christmas lights till they all broke or fell off, But anyways, Richard ordered some. Oh, we're gonna have some little. We're gonna do jack-o'-lanterns and do a little Halloween decorations around the house. I can speak, I can. But today is day 35. I'm really excited about it because I can't remember now which trip, like the distances between each trip. Like I could go and look at my calendar and count it. I literally wrote them down, but I don't feel like doing that. So I can't remember, but I don't think there was very many that even had 35 days apart from each other. There were more like, a lot of them were like a month apart. So today feels like a really good day of like 35 days because this year's been haywire. I'm just like, it's been a haywire year. And normally I am sober, so that's why it's been a weird year for me. I'm not, I'm a total alcoholic, but I usually just don't drink. I'm an alcoholic that just doesn't drink, because I know not to. But this past year with these New York trips, I end up drinking, in New York, and so it's been haywire. And I have one more New York trip, and so that's why I'm scared that it's just the fact that I'm all by myself. And when I'm lonely, I don't know, I go to alcohol because that's what I always did. But I just I have to realize I don't need to be lonely because I do have a family. I'm just away from my family, In the past, I just was lonely because I didn't have anybody, But it is scary for me, so I don't want to go to New York anymore, and this will be my last trip. But I'm excited to go too. At the same token, I mean, I'm excited and scared. It's like, but it's 15 days away, which is crazy when I think about it. It's so close. But we're realizing too, like, it does take a while to kind of get back in the kind of ketosis kind of groove. Like, it does take about a good month, you know. So that's why it's been really hard for me. My drug of choice would be alcohol, 100%. Yeah, it's always been like, I just learned that one first. Is probably what happened because I was in the military and there's no tolerance for drugs. I mean, if people do drugs, they're crazy because I got student. I had never had sex. I had never drank alcohol. I never tried any drug. I never smoked a cigarette before I went in the military. I had never done anything. And the only things I did basically when I got out of the military was had sex and drank alcohol. Everything else was, I still had never tried a drug. I still had never smoked a cigarette. I still have never smoked a cigarette to this day. It's so funny too because Annette smokes cigarettes. Crazy. But she smokes outside now, which is super nice, in her little garden area. We used to have the birds out there, but then they became a nuisance, so there's no birds. So. But she just enjoys it out there. Oh, I was so happy today, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Tiff says, God bless you, you sweet girl. I wish you the best in your recovery.
Thank you, Tiff. Thank you for the wonderful comments about wishing me the best for my recovery and everything. Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys, I have the best story today. Okay, get this. So I don't know if you guys remember this video. It happened, I think it was like July. I want to say like July 2023 or July 2024. I can't remember. The Canadian geese were walking uphill, like walking, not flying, just like kind of like, you know, and they kind of don't walk very fast. They look like they don't want to be walking. And they were walking uphill and we were going downhill. And the only water anywhere near is downhill. There's a great pond down here because we have a golf course. But uphill, nothing forever. I mean, you're going to top of the mountain, you're not going to hit water. It's the desert. You're not going to hit any water when they get to the top of the desert. So I say, Richard, those guys are walking uphill and they look really like they were panting and like they look really dehydrated. I think they're going the wrong way and they don't know where the water is because it's not like a lake, it's a pond. So it's for the golf course, so it's small. So they're flying. They knew there was some water in this area, but they couldn't remember where it was. So they're walking uphill, and so we get out of the car. I get out of the car. I'm like, I'm gonna go try and help them find the water because they're going the wrong direction, and they're like all panting and they're fine. And you can tell they're kind of like mad at each other, like yelling at each other. Which I don't know. I can't speak Canadian geese, but so they're going up the hill, and I start walking with them, and I'm like, I'm trying to kind of tell them, like, water's this way. And then they start really going the wrong way. They start going in people's yards, and I go, oh, no. So I get in front of the first one, and I go, water's this way. And so they go, forget about it. That guy don't know what he's doing. So then they turn around, and now the other guy was going to be the lead. So they were going up with that guy in the lead, and now it's the guy in the front. And then I go in front of him, and because they figure out, oh, she knows the water. So I lead them all the way down to the water, which wasn't that far. They were about, I don't know. It would be about a block from the water, but they were going in the wrong direction. So I bring them into the water, and it took them forever to realize what, like they followed me the entire way. I thought they'd see the water, and still I had to bring them all the way down to the water. So there's water here, and they're like, oh, and they finally all jump in the water. They had a great time. So they had these really two nice ponds, and then they emptied one, and I was like, oh no, because the Canadian geese, and there was one tiny one left. But I saw them come. They come every time now. This is their route. They come every time. And they would be in that little one. But there used to be two really nice ones. There was a really nice one and then a smaller one. And just yesterday, Richard says, look, they replaced it. And now it's beautiful. They were actually just redoing it. I thought they were like getting rid of the water there because of, with Vegas, with the water thing. No, they made it nicer, and it has a fountain now, and all of a sudden it's huge, all this water. So Richard says, your friends are back this morning, because we could hear them. And I look out, and sure enough, there they are, and they landed right there in that pond, and they probably just had the best time today. But it's really cool, because now, every time those Canadian geese come, like, this pond is on their route, like, they stop by us, and this is kind of sweet, because it's the same guys, because you only see them when they are migrating, you know. But they come here. This is one of their stops now because there's not a lot of water in Vegas. And there's a really, really good pond here. And it's beautiful, and it's, you know, fresh water. And they get in there. And there's several of them, too. I mean, there's a lot of them, you know. Like, at least, like, probably, you know, like 15 of them, you know. They all come together, you know. And they, sure enough, I looked out the window just as I could see them. They were making all this noise, and they landed there. And it just made me so happy because I feel like I showed them that. Because I don't know what would have happened. I mean, they could have actually died in the street. Would have just been horrific. I mean, they were really dehydrated, and they knew there was water, but they had lost track, and now they were too tired to fly. So they were trying to find it on foot, but they don't move very fast on foot. And they were going the wrong way. And so I love wild animals, if you guys don't know that. Oh. So I'm a little bit Native American, and not a lot. It was my great-great-grandma was Native American, so whatever part that makes me. But I feel very connected to nature and animals. Always, like, my dad was that way, because my dad, it's his grandma. No, it's his great-grandma. It's his great-grandma. So my dad loves animals. I think my dad loves animals more than people, 100%. I always knew my dad loved his pets more than me, 100%. Oh yeah, always, like always. That was not like a question. Like that's like it was like very obvious. My dad loved his cats way more than his children. Like he like bawled when his cats would die. I've never seen my dad cry unless his cat would die, because he's had a lot of cats. But anyways, so. Today was a great day. Annette went to go see her primary care doctor, which was her first time. This is the problem. She hates the word schizophrenia. And we don't really have any say. We're not her caretakers. So I wish I could just tell her doctors, don't say that word. If you could just not say. So she's always pissed off when she comes home after any sort of doctor appointment, because they refer to her as schizophrenic, and she's like always coming, I'm not schizophrenic. I mean, then all in the day, I'm not schizophrenic. She's in a really bad mood. She has schizoaffective disorder, but she hates the term schizophrenia. But she doesn't like schizoaffective disorder either, but she don't like any of that. So she likes to not think. And so we're going to make sure, you know, for her other health is her primary care, but it's unfortunate because she always gets upset. But when I leave, the day I leave, Annette sees her doctor for her injection, and then the next day she goes back to see that primary care doctor again. So I got everything written down because there's a lot of appointments when I'm gone. And everyone is getting really healthy around here. Gloria just got back from the gym. They both, and Gloria goes like every day to the gym, except for she usually doesn't go Sunday, and sometimes she won't go Saturday if she's tired from dancing, but she often goes Saturday. And they're gonna go dancing this Friday. We asked them if they wanted to go dancing when we went to LA, but they said no. They'd rather just do. I think they honestly sleep a lot, because when we got home, Annette was like asleep for several hours when we got home. Like, and Gloria said she'd been asleep all day, but like she was out because she has been doing some caffeine periodically, and we do give her freedom to go buy what she wants. It's funny, the little things she gets, because we always give her cash now, and so she can be trusted now. The reason why we couldn't before is because she used to go get illegal drugs downtown, but that is so far from her mind. She wouldn't even walk downtown now. I mean, this is so far from her mind. So now she just likes to go to the Walgreens and get her whatever she wants to get, and she likes to go to the coffee shop right there at the Walgreens. There's it's called, I think it's called like Voodoo Donuts and coffee. And so we saw, Richard is always like, I don't think she gets it on her own. And I'm like, yes, she does. So I started like proving it to him, because I'll show him like the cups. And the other day she had one from Dutch Brothers. And then, but then the other day we were driving back, and we picked her up on her last little leg because she likes walking. And sure enough, she had a coffee in hand. So I said, see, she gets them. And so he's like, oh, she does. So she goes in and orders it and stuff. So we're really proud of her about that, because a couple of years ago, she couldn't have done that even. I mean, for one thing, they would probably kick her out of the store because she'd just be too out there. But now she acts very normal now. She can actually very much control her disorder now. You know what I mean? Where before it was uncontrollable. It was like constant words coming out of her mouth, and usually they were volatile, and sometimes often cuss words and sometimes often racist. So it was things that people were not appropriate in stores, and so she would get kicked out of stores and stuff, or people would just be so weird because she'd be yelling in the store. So now she goes in and no one, I don't even know. We've never actually seen her do it on her own. I wish I could be a fly on the wall. But if we were there, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as we're there, it changes the dynamic. So it has to be like we had a camera on her, because I would love to see how she does. And I know, Annette's a very smart girl. She had, she finished, she has her bachelor's degree, from Boston University. She's not a unintelligent person. It's just, her disorder got really bad over the years when she's not on her medicine. So that's the other thing we're still in consideration of. It's a real big question. Me and Richard are going back and forth with the newer one. It'll be her choice, but the problem is we're worried it won't work as well for her condition, so it's like, it's really scary because this one's doing so well, so it's scary, but it's ultimately Annette's decision, so, and the doctor's. It's not me and Richard's decision. That we don't make those decisions for her, that they actually make those. So it's like we don't have the say on that. We're not her caretakers. She gets to say. But everything's going really well there. She's feeling really well, except for, like I said, she hates when they say those words. But other than that, she gets over it. And, I try to be really positive on the days. Because she's already in a better mood now, because that was this morning. I went a walk around the neighborhood to get exercise this morning and just to kind of get out of the house. Because Richard and Annette had gone to the doctor. And I was like, I just don't want to be cooped up in the house. And, the more I'm in the house, the more I literally sit and think about things like, think about New York and obsess about New York, or think about alcohol. And it's like, there's no need. So when you go on a walk, like, you don't think of things like that, So I just went on a nice walk, and I went first with like a jacket on and pants, but they were my pajama pants. And then by the time I got home, and Richard and Ed picked me up when they were coming back, I was on my way back because I went on a long walk. I was like, how does Annette do this all the time? She goes way further than I went. But I had my pants rolled up. I looked so silly. Like, my pants rolled up, and I had taken off my jacket. Luckily, I had on like a tank top. But I was like sweating. I don't know how she does it. Because you go one way uphill, but you go one way downhill depending on which way you go. She usually goes down. I went uphill, and then, whew, I was hot by the time I got home. She goes so far. I don't know how she does it. And I can walk a lot, but I should just go on walks. Because Richard doesn't really like walking. I always want to walk with him, and he's like, just go on your own. I don't like walking, and you love walking. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. So I think I will, because that really felt good today. And it kept me from, like, obsessing on anything, And it was great because they literally picked me up. They were like, is that Joy? Because I had looked over, and they had kind of stopped. But he was like, I didn't know if it was you, because I had on, different clothes than I normally wear. And then I was like, yeah, oh, I'm so good. I was so happy to pop in the car because I still had a little ways to go. I was like, I don't know. I see why Annette gets happy sometimes when we pick her up. Because she always says she wants to walk because she doesn't want the exercise. But I do see sometimes we're like, she's been gone a while. Let's go get her because that's going to be a long time till she gets home. And we pick her up. She's like, oh, good. She's always like, oh, I want to walk because we're going to do you want us to pick you up? And she's like, no, I want to walk. I want the exercise. But yeah, towards that last leg of the trip. Because this is actually, like I said, you have to walk really far before you're going to get into any sort of trouble here if you're worried with the addiction. If your thing is food or alcohol or even drugs. I mean, you're gonna have to go a long ways. So now you just have to go all the way downtown. That's like, it's anywhere, she would walk anywhere from like 5 to 10 miles, I think, like where she would go. I mean, it's like, it's not close. And so here it's like when I walk, it's just like, it was nice, like it was just sunny, and I just took in the sun, and I was like, oh. But in New York, the second I step outside my hotel room, it's like alcohol, bars, food, wonderful restaurant. I mean, the best food in the whole world. Carts with food that you smell the food, halal everywhere. Or in the morning they got the little carts with the little coffee. And I don't drink coffee, so if I drank coffee, that'd probably be like, oh. When I had first stopped coffee, that would probably be tough, walking by those coffee carts. I used to love coffee too, you guys. I drank coffee till my birthday, 2018. March 24th, 2018 was the last time I had coffee, and I was the biggest coffeeaholic ever. I started drinking coffee when I was 5, because my mom was poor, and we had to clean the school for me to go to the Christian school I went to. I went to a private school, but not like a private school people think of. This is like 100 to 200 kid capacity school, from like kindergarten to, in the beginning it was kindergarten to 6th grade, and then it became kindergarten to 8th grade. And it was like through the church, but they still charged you to go there. So I think it was like $150 a kid, and it used to be me and my sister at first, but then she didn't want to keep going. She hated it, and I kept going. I went from kindergarten to 8th grade, but in order for me to go, we had to clean the school and the toilets every morning. So, but our mom also did the extended day thing where, like, I think that was called, I don't remember, where the parents that can't pick up their kids, someone stays and you watch them on the front side, or if they have to go to work early, because we lived in Northern California, and all the parents have to drive to Sacramento. I grew up in Placerville, California. It was extremely common for someone to have a 2 to 2.5 hour commute to work, to go to Sacramento, wherever they went in Sacramento, and depending on traffic. So kids had to be dropped off like early, so the church school, I should call it, had this thing, and my mom was the one that did the one in the morning. So we had to be to school at like 5 a.m. I think we had to be there. So I think we had to get up like, at like like 4 or 3, And so my mom would start giving us these mochas that was just regular coffee. Like, she would make a pot of coffee, and then she would put, just the little packets of hot chocolate in there. But she never stirred it. And I would be so irritated as a kid. My mom would never do these things that, like, seemed like so simple to me. I remember as a kid that I'd be like, can you just stir it? But she was like, did everything so fast, and she didn't care. I mean, she's a great mom, but, well, she was what she was. But I loved her as a mom, but everything was too quick, so she just didn't put a lot of effort into things. But she definitely was very loving. But so you would go to drink and then just be like, puff of like this chocolate. I always hated that as a kid. I remember I always hated that. But anyways, so I started drinking these mochas at a very young age, and then I just got into just drinking the coffee because I got tired of the mochas. I was like, I don't want that. Don't put the chocolate in there, man. Just forget about the chocolate. And she's like, oh, but coffee is so strong and you don't like it. And I said, well, how do you drink it? She's like, oh, you just like cream and sugar. I'm like, well, that's plenty good. It tastes delicious. You need mocha in there. I thought coffee with cream and sugar was the best thing on the planet when I was a kid. I was like, oh my God, this is heaven on earth. And then when I discovered that they would blend them and put ice cream in it, oh God, that was like so I ended up working at a coffee shop, and they would have these things called these white rabbits. They were called white rabbits. I just realized that. Isn't that funny? Because I have Casper. My favorite drink of all time was called a white rabbit. It wasn't an alcohol drink. It was this very high sugar drink. It was like an ice cream milkshake, basically. So I worked at this place called Gelato de Oro from the time of 15 to 16. I would have worked longer, but I ended up moving to my dad's in Southern California. I loved that job. I was so bummed when I left, but I started as a dishwasher when I was 15, like basically the day I turned 15. I got like the work permit from school I wanted to work, and I started as a dishwasher, and then pretty soon they made me a barista. But I would make these, if anyone would, if they don't finish, not that they don't finish it, like you only pour like so much in the, not they don't finish, it doesn't fit in the cup is a better way to say it. But so there's leftover from when you make it for someone, when you make these things, because you blend them. So you pour it in this extra cup, and people don't always want that. You can give it to the customer, but they often don't want it. And they're like, I don't need the extra. So you'll drink these. And so I would be drinking these all day, and I would get so jacked up on coffee on these little things. Or if you messed up someone's drink, you could have it, And so, we drank so much coffee while I was working. But this drink was called a White Rabbit, and it was vanilla ice cream and almond Torani syrup and vanilla Torani syrup and like 2 espresso shots and some milk and ice or something, and then you blended it. And then on top they put homemade whipped cream with these little like sprinkles or something. Yeah, so it was a pretty dang good drink. But my sister worked there before I did at this place, and she would bring these home for me because she knew it was my favorite drink in the whole world. And I would it'd be the most exciting thing. Like, I would only have one, maybe once a week. I'd be so excited. But my sister once in a while bring one home for me, but it'd be so melted by the time she got home because she would make it, you know, when they were closing, and then this was before I was old enough to work there, and then that's how I ended up like loving them, and I ended up working in the same place. But I got so obsessed with these things, and I didn't realize that was part of my eating disorder was stemming from the food I was choosing to eat. For some reason, I kind of thought that beverages were like free food, like, oh, I know the calories, it's not food, but you gotta really watch beverages because beverages are very empty calories, and they usually go like right to your bloodstream a lot of times, like especially like a smoothie, because there's some that have fiber, but the fiber is lost really soon. Like a lot of times you have to drink the smoothie like immediately to even get any fiber, and it's usually even certain blenders that like allow fiber, otherwise it's just like all blended to just sugar. So once you like have a smoothie, if you got it like from a store, or if you even ordered it and didn't drink it immediately, then you're just drinking sugar. And when you're just drinking sugar, well, that goes right into your bloodstream, and then that actually puts on the weight quicker than if you did something healthier. So often we feel like, oh, I'm drinking a beverage so that I'm not eating, but you often would be better off eating than drinking a beverage. So that's why we do the water, because water is what you really need, and we're made up of like 80% water, and everything else actually dehydrates you rather than quenches your thirst. I mean, there's some things, you know, where they do the electrolytes and things, but a lot of times there's still so much sugar in there. And when you add this sugar, it just, I don't know, it's just not as quenching as like water. You know what I mean? And so the best thing you can drink is water, honestly. I remember when I used to do track and we drink things like Gatorade, but that just seems like such a bad idea to me now. And I mean, I wasn't a great track star, so when I did things like that, I remember like eating a bagel and drinking a Gatorade before running and not being the best. Like, I think I'd be so much faster now. Actually, I know I'm faster now. Like, I know I could run faster now than I did in high school. It's crazy. Like, and even with my bad feet, if I had to. I don't want to, because I don't like it because my feet hurt, but I can do it. Does that make sense? It's not fun for me because I have bad feet now. But I'm able to push through a lot of pain. And the feet thing, I push through every day, so I can do it. I just choose not to have to run if I don't have to. And running is very hard because it's more impact on my foot, so I don't like it. But I love walking, but I have to have the right shoes, otherwise forget about it. I was just talking to Rich. I was testing. Actually, part of my walk was to test my new shoes. Nope, those ones are going back. I have another pair coming because I had a feeling these ones were not going to work. And actually, I didn't know they were coming. They got delayed and stuff. So another pair coming. But now, if these don't work, I gotta look into something a little more comfy. Which is like, you might have to step it up on the price. I've been trying to get a good deal, and this just doesn't work because my feet are just too bad. Because I'm trying to get I pretty much, when I'm on a New York trip, the shoes that I get, like, I almost wear them out, because my feet are so bad that I don't know, I just wear out the tread on shoes. So the shoes I wore last trip are already, like, not the most comfortable now. Like, they don't feel comfortable to me. And so I'm like, I don't know if I want to go 12 days with my feet hurting, because no one rubs them when I'm in New York. There's a lot of things that my husband does. People are always like, oh, Richard takes advantage of joy and all that stuff. You guys don't understand. He provides a lot for me. One thing is, I'm very needy. Very needy. Oh, yeah. And Richard puts up with a lot of me just like, oh, and I complain a lot. I got off on this thing of like thinking that complaining was funny for a minute, like kind of thinking, because I thought I wanted to be funny, like be like a comedian. So I kind of thought like complaining about everything like Jerry Seinfeld does, like, was kind of funny for a minute. But then I realized, nah, you just sound like a pain in the ass. Like, so, and it's not really that funny, you just bother everybody. So I kind of am trying to like actually focus on the positive. But I think I used to try to be like, oh, let me find something that's annoying about this hotel and then comment on it. But now it's like, let me focus on the positives of the hotel instead. But yeah, I don't know. For a second, me and Rich, like, he always thinks I'm funny. I don't find. He laughs when I don't laugh, like at things I do, and I don't think that's funny, but okay. I appreciate you laughing. Not like where he's making fun of me. Like, he'd be like, you're really funny. And I was like, really? I didn't think that was funny. But then if I try to be funny, forget about it. No, it's like, no. It's like, oh, I can't tell jokes. I, for one thing, can't tell them in order, but then also, I don't remember them at all. So I butcher them in the middle of them, but also, like, I butcher the order of it, of like, I go, wait, which way do you tell this joke? If I can remember the joke, I'll tell the punchline first. And I go, well, that one's over. I don't know why certain things don't stick in my brain. Richard gets so irritated with the things that stuck in my brain, and he's just like, I told you that so many times. But I have no recollection of it. I apologize. He's like, really? I said, no, sorry. Like, some things, and other things I can just totally remember. Like, and it's weird, and it's not always, sometimes very random. Other things, I think it's like a focus thing. Or I didn't fully hear it, and he thought I heard it. That could be. That might happen a lot, to be honest. That might happen a lot now that I think about it. Because, you know, I do the best I can. I don't interrupt someone every time I can't hear them. You try to move on and figure it out. I mean, sometimes it'd be too many interrupts. I mean, I already interrupt enough as it is. But if I didn't catch that, so I try to get the most of things for the most part. If it's quiet, I can hear. But if there's any other noise, like if the TV's on, and then a fan's on, and then there's music on, and then someone's talking, it's like, I don't decipher any of the noises. I mean, my brain feels like it's wanting to explode. I go to turn off some of the noises, and then maybe I'll hear one of them. But when I was in the Air Force, I was actually extremely good at hearing all the different radios. Because there were just like 5 different radios. We didn't have to. Okay, so the reason why I was so good at my job, so I'm the overachiever, which that's why when I got out, I just didn't feel like being an overachiever anymore. So I really had a high standard that people had held me to, and I didn't really feel like having to deal with that anymore. You know, like my supervisors always expected me to, to get, excellent, to get perfect, all this stuff. And then they get praised, And once I just didn't feel like being Miss Perfect, I was like, I just don't think the military is going to be perfect for me anymore. But when I wanted to be Miss Perfect, I love the military. It's fabulous. You got to keep your clothes clean and your room clean and obey. I do that. Follow the rules and have your uniform clean and show up on time and do your job good. And there's really smart people and then there's not so smart people in the military. So a lot of this stuff is pretty easy to figure out in the sense of they don't make it too difficult. It can get hard in the sense of a lot. So with my job, it's a simple job when there's not a lot in the airspace, but the heavier the airspace gets with how many other planes are in the airspace, then it can be a very wild job. But you don't experience that until you're very well trained, like you've been doing it a long time. So when I instructed students, it was very easy to not worry that even if they weren't doing perfect, that they were going to do better and that they were in no way were going to hurt anybody, because they don't put them in the position when they first start. They're put in a lower position, and then there's in the back row, there's 3 people that are mounting the same airspace, and the one in the middle is the one that's been there the longest, and then the person on either the left or right have not been there as long, and so those people don't have to be absolutely perfect at their job, and they still will be okay, So I would have been much more stressed if my instructor job was where, oh my gosh, if this person can't do it, then someone could die. It wasn't like that, luckily. So I would not have liked that, because that would just have been too much for me to handle. I just wouldn't want that kind of pressure. If they don't do there's so many other people, because it's a crew of 40 people. And so the person that you're training is going to be basically the lowest on the totem pole. So nothing's going to happen, from that person. So I really liked that, but I ended up becoming, the person in the middle, and then I became the instructor who actually stands behind the student. But I was really good at my job, which, like I said, it didn't require a ton to be good. It just required being very good at attention to detail, which is something I specialize at, and being very fast and good at listening to radios. and good at spotting, things on the radar. But it wasn't like rocket science. Does that make sense? So basically anyone could do it if you did it enough, if you could get it down, but some people were much better than others. And so I was one of those that really excelled at it, and that made other people mad because they didn't excel as much. And so there was a lot of people not liking me because I was always getting advanced quicker than others. So.
Fusion is here, says hello.
Oh, hey, Mark Fusion. Hello. Hello, Mark Fusion, and I hope Bethadone's around.
He says, Jedi Joy is a true patriot, American patriot.
Thank you, Mark Fusion. Thank you, Mark Fusion.
One of our nation's greatest yappers.
I know. Yes, I call it yammering. I'm a yapper yammering. But yeah, I did love the military. That's what you guys know. Like, I loved the military until I got grounded, which means I was flying and then I just couldn't fly. I could have stayed in.
Oh, let them know. Nice job.
I could have flied if I retrained. But.
They got to 100 likes already. Let them know.
Oh, thank you for the 100 likes, and please give more if you feel like it. I would really appreciate it.
We've got a couple questions here from the people.
This is my day 35, no alcohol, so I'm excited.
One person wants to know, should they cut out rice cakes out of their diet?
Oh my God, you asked rice cakes. Oh my gosh. You know what? Depends on what else you're eating, but rice cakes can be a great way to transition to a more keto diet, but yet eventually that is going to be probably too much carbs. But I was obsessed with rice cakes when we lived in Manhattan, because I needed like more, because we were trying to do just the beef, and there's too much walking you're doing that you need carbs there. I mean, that was the problem. We tried to do the beef for like 6 months and we just got too skinny. We looked like ghosts, and there we did need carbs. So I started discovering that I liked these rice cakes, and I like the ones. Oh, I like both. I like the regular, but I also like the ones that were just the flat, like they're called like stackers or something. Yeah. And we get these organic ones, but they are not that cheap, and they kept raising the price on them. But they started around $3 something, then they became closer to like $4 or $5 for these darn things. But yeah, I would eat those like crazy because they can really help, and the only thing is they're really loud. So, like, Richard hated them. He hates when I've ever snacked on something that's loud. And usually things that are loud are things you can kind of eat slower. Yeah, like, I used to eat ice. Oh, gosh, until I realized I could, like, break your teeth. And I used to eat ice, and I'd chomp on it. And Richard would be like, we were watching TV, I'd be chomping on ice many years ago. I would suck on it and then chomp on it. Because I'd have it in a cup of, like, water or whatever was in my cup. And then I would, drink what I was in there. And then there would be the ice. And so it would be kind of melted. And then I would, like, suck on it and then chomp on it. So it wouldn't be like hard ice. It'd be like, softened ice. But then I heard you could break your teeth, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. But Richard hates like something like potato chips or something, or like a carrot or something like that. Something like that's really loud. I'm trying to think of something that's like chomping. Oh, he's just like, or even something like the cereal. It drives me nuts. He hates like the loud Oh, you know what's the loudest thing you probably chomp is them dang pork rinds. But I don't eat those. Richard eats those. But those things, or something like a Cheeto or something. Anything like that chomping, he hates that. But anyways, so what was I saying about that? I don't even know. I went on a tangent of. Oh, but you know what's great is we got this really great weed. So I really like this weed called Day Stripper. I was gonna say Day Tipper, Day Stripper, and it has really great terpenes. So I like when a weed has this really like citrusy. Richard knows I forget the terpene that I really like, but he's always like, you love that one terpene, because when it has it, I'll just like, oh, this smells amazing. So I'm feeling really good today too, because I had that. And I also felt good too to kind of like, when I was in the house alone earlier, I decided to like go for a walk and get myself out of the house instead of just kind of like sitting here, like, because when like I said, it's hard for me. I really struggle when I'm alone to kind of like, I get bored, like, and I'm so addicted to things like alcohol and food. Like it takes a lot of my brain, like recently with now these New York trips. I can't wait till I'm done with these New York trips for it to kind of like end this obsession, because what's happening is in Vegas, I can get away from it and I can kind of just do my regular routine, and kind of like, and even in LA, we've figured out routine. I eat my protein, and I, once in a while have carbs, but I don't go crazy, and I don't, eat pizza and things like that. But in New York, I'm so tempted because there's like this food that you only have when you're there, and the food there is really good, and so there's like this draw, and then the alcohol. But primarily it's been the alcohol over the food there. Like the alcohol dominates. Once it's alcohol, I forget about food. I literally forget to eat. It's bad. And then all my calories are coming from alcohol. But here I can just get in such a nice routine where I just like feel comfortable with these New York trips. It's just not that many days apart that we were just talking about. This is day 35. Like now I just don't even, I said I don't even want to sit here and think about it because I don't know if I will or won't, but I'm just going to get out of the house. But prior to day 35, I probably wouldn't have got out of the house. I probably would have just caved in, not necessarily the alcohol, but probably ate some sugary thing or something, you know what I mean? If I'm like, you left alone for all this time, because I didn't have the mindset to say, let me go do something healthy and productive instead of the addiction. Because when you're too close to the addiction, working out is a tough thing to do, you know, or like, oh, let me go scrub the walls instead of, you know, alcohol or something. No, forget about that. You know, so you have to like really push yourself. And so today I said, let me just get myself out of the house. And it was great because I hadn't even been back. They picked me up on the way back, and so it was perfect. I was like, oh, and you know, Gloria May had come back, you know, by the time, but I didn't even know, and it was perfect because I didn't think about anything this morning, you know, and all I've had is my burgers this morning, and it was great. And Richard didn't even have to question because he literally saw me work it out, you know, walking. It's like if she had sugar, she would be sleeping, you know what I mean? Because that's what happens when I have sugar. I like knock out, you know. It's really bad for me. Sugar is just not good for me. I might be diabetic. I don't know, but it's really bad for me. Like when I have sugar, I just like, so I won't go for a walk. A lot of people get energy when they have sugar. I might for a second, but then I just conk out, and then I don't feel good, and then I like sleep, like deep sleep, and then I get really grumpy when I'm woken up. So like last night, I woke up and I felt like really good, you know, because I haven't, you know, I've been eating good, and day 35 no alcohol, and then I just didn't realize like day 35 is so impactful, like because I don't know how many trips had a 35-day break in between. I know the one before this one was 23 days. And I don't remember, I remember one I think was like 45, but I can't even remember. It's all becoming a blur. There's too many days. Feels like there's too many days for me to remember, and I'm not good with dates anyways, and now I have to remember, you know, like, and that's doctor's appointments, like Gloria's appointments, my appointments, Richard's appointments, because I'm the one that keeps track of all these things. I have a planner, I write them down, but I try to keep it in my head too. And then my trips, you know, like I've already blurred out what the dates were for most of these LA trips. I know the last trip was October 17th to 19th, right? But the one before that was September, right? I don't even know. Remember when we were in LA. And then my Manhattan trip is November 6th through the 18th. And the 18th is the day of my mom's 20-year anniversary. And I'm really happy because, not about this, my mom's been there 20 years. I'm happy that I feel like this is major. I'm going to back up in the sun, you guys. I feel like this is closure year, like 2025, which is interesting because, okay, hold on one second. I need to take a drink of water. Probably wipe the dry skin off my mouth. No one like laughs at me. Like, what is that? Talking in the desert, yammering for as long as I do. Anyways, and working out. But anyways, so I don't know what to say. I'm really stoned today. I'm really loving the day stripper. It's fabulous. I don't know what's the terpene that I like in there, but it's a good one. And some weed just doesn't do it for me. Like, and I feel like so high maintenance when I do that. And so sometimes I'll just lie about it because I feel bad. Because he'll be like, "What's that good weed I got today?" I was like, "Oh, it's fabulous." Because I'm like, it didn't do nothing for me. But I don't want to feel bad because there are very few that really do it for me. And it has to have like a citrusy. So I love if it's anything like orange or lemon or I guess day stripper or some sort of citrus in there. But what was I talking about before that? I don't know. Guess it wasn't relevant. So today is the 22nd, right? And so 15 days to New York. So I'm really starting to I'm gonna pretty soon do a packing stream. Because I love packing. I don't know if you guys know that. I think, okay, I am the most difficult person. I really am. Oh, high maintenance. That's what I was talking about. Exactly. I got back to it. I really am. I'm really high maintenance. I never wanted to be. Not high maintenance in the sense of like, not my hair or nothing like that, or my makeup, nothing like that, or my clothes. But just like, I don't know. I'm OCD. So it's like, I'm really irritable about things, and I'll get so irritable, like, and I just, oh God, I'm a mess in the car, because that I think is like trauma as a child. My dad was a terrible driver and traumatized me and my sister, but I'm just a wreck in the car, and I just want to get in the backseat. I forget it. Just put me in the backseat. I can't today. I can drive, no problem, but if Rich is driving, I'm like, and I'm such a backseat driver. But I can't even sit back there and not look. I can't sleep ever when someone else is driving in the car. It's so hard for me because I'll be like, I don't trust you. Oh, I'm bad. But so things like that, and then like things like the weeds I like are like so limited, and the way I can consume it is so limited because I don't know why I can't. I don't know why I can't smoke a cigarette. I've never tried, but I know I can't because I can't smoke a joint. I don't understand the concept of smoking. I don't know. I like suck it so hard, and the thing joints got, and I'm like, Richard, stop giving it to me just to waste it. He's like, try it again. I was like, I'm just gonna waste it. And he's like, try it again. What I do, I waste it, and I try it again every single time. I said, I'm tired of wasting the joints, because I'll stop. I was like, no, you take it. I can't do it right. Suck softer. I'm like, I know, it's impossible for me apparently. But so I have to do the bong, because the pipe, same thing. I can't figure out thing. The other day we had one. You're supposed to remove your thumb, because we have one that you don't remove the thumb. It has its own little filter. I forgot about the concept of removing your thumb, so I'm like doing this thing, and this thing isn't working. We're just like, remove your thumb. And I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, for as much as I smoke weed, Richard helps me with smoking weed. I don't like fire. I don't know. I have this. When I was a child, there was this place up in Northern California called Ice House, and there was beautiful, beautiful trees, like the trees that look like Christmas trees, Beautiful place. It's on the way to Tahoe. So I lived in Placerville. My dad lived in Camino, and my stepmom's parents, so my step-grandparents lived in Pollock Pines and owned the Chevron in Pollock Pines. It's called 13 Mile Post. It's probably still open. But there's on the way to Tahoe, there's a place called Ice House. So we used to go all the time because it's not that far from Pollock Pines and Camino. And it's kind of like, if you don't feel like going all the way to Tahoe for something, you can stop there. So there's camping there and stuff. And so it's very gorgeous. And there was all these gorgeous trees. And we went for a long time when I was a kid. And then one year, when I was pretty young, I don't remember what year, something happened, and I think it was like someone messing around in the forest, that there was a huge fire that happened, and it burned down like the majority of the forest, and all the trees were just like to the ground, and they were white and dead, and they just were there on the ground. So for a while, until I don't know when they finally got rid of them. But so we went camping there another time right after this had happened, and I was like devastated as a child, like to see what fire could do, like, to the forest. And I don't know if it also has to do with maybe because I'm a little bit Native American. I don't like fire. Like, I don't like it at all. Richard loves it, and so does my dad. So it might not be the Native American thing. My dad loves fire. But I don't like it. It scares me. I don't like cooking when there's a flame. Richard does like the flame. I'm like, oh. And I don't know. I really have this fear of fire. So for the longest time, I couldn't even do a lighter. I found that it hurt when I tried to do it. One thing, I thought the metal hurt, but also it would burn you a little bit. I was like, I don't like this. People burn themselves every time. But I guess you get better. You don't really burn it. But I still can only do it, I think, with one hand, a lighter. I don't think I could do a lighter with two hands. No, I don't think so. No. Not that coordinated. But it took me forever to even be able to do a lighter. Richard would always, and still, if there's wind, Richard still lights my bong for me inside. It's like the fan's blowing. I'm like, please light it for me. I can't do this. Because once the flame starts coming back to my finger and it's like burning me, I said, no, I'm done with this. And Richard has like a really high capacity for like, that doesn't bother him. And same with my dad, the flame. I'm like a wuss about certain things. I'm really strong about certain things, but other things I'm like a total wuss about. And I'm like okay with saying that. I'm like okay with being like kind of a tomboy, but then still being feminine about certain things. Like, you know, if certain things I much more prefer Richard doing, you know, as a man. But other things I just love doing. And people are always like, oh, he should do this for joy. Oh, I just get off on doing things. It's part of my exercise because I don't tend to like to work out. If you guys see, this is not as much as I like to work out. I don't know. I've always been lazy about working out. And I mean, I've always been in sports, so we were required to work out on some level, like since I was pretty young. But, or dance. But, and then the military. But like, I needed them to kind of like tell me what to do. I'm not a big self-motivator. And then me and Richard would, but even when we went to the gym, I'll run for X amount of time. But then I get, you know, I'll only do like what you guys saw, and I'll try to do some weights, but the machines more. But we go to the classes there, and that's easier for me. Because like if someone's got like pushing me to do something, because I'm a little bit like lazy with working out. So I find if I be very active in regular life, then that's good. So like if I can be the one to carry something, if I'm able to carry it, if it's too heavy, of course, I'm not as strong as Rich, you know, but certain things I'll be like, I'll carry it. Or if it's something where I could walk to get it, you know, here we don't walk as much because it is pretty far. I mean, it's far. If you want to get to a store, it's going to be about a good hour probably of if you for there and back, maybe longer to even get to like the Walgreens. And that's your closest thing. And I mean, and maybe longer, you know what I mean? Annette, it takes her, Annette can get pretty far in an hour, but most people probably, well, I don't know. It's hard to say exactly because Annette's pretty fast. We've timed her, but the fastest she's gone is a half hour to the Walgreens, and then so that's you're gonna go a half hour, then you're gonna go a half hour back. If you want to like get your groceries, and that's only at the Walgreens. So if you want to go to the closest grocery store, it's probably an hour each way walk. And Annette will do that. She loves it. But it's an hour downhill and then an hour uphill with your groceries. So, of walking. So, yeah, it's not. So in New York, like I said, that's where everything's so close. I ended up getting a lot more exercise, but then I also have a lot more temptation there with everything being so close, you know, where you got the alcohol, you got the food, you got everything. Look, you walk out your room and you're gonna spot 97 pizza joints before, and like something. I'm not the biggest pizza fan, but pizza was a big thing for my family because they always complained that California pizza was not the same as New York. So like New York pizza is very significant to me. So it's hard to go to New York and not have like a piece of pizza. But once I start eating the pizza, it's kind of like a slippery slope because not that pizza's like bad, but I kind of don't view that as like a keto diet. You know what I mean? And so it kind of like is a slippery slope to start me like getting, you know, where I'm eating worse foods than pizza. So that's why I mentioned the pizza. Luckily, I've avoided things like ice cream. You know, I used to, oh gosh, in 2023, I would have the milkshakes at those cart things that sell the milkshakes. But at some point, I realized that was just a complete ripoff. It was like $15 for like one milkshake. Get out of here. And so I stopped that in 2023. So luckily it's nothing like sugary like that. It's more like, but it's better if I do more protein there. And there's such good protein there, you know? So if I do more protein, like I can have a really good time and I don't have to only eat the burgers. I mean, I can do chicken. The chicken there I really like. Because the reason why I don't like chicken is it's really oily here. And it's slimy. I don't like it. There, it's not like that. So like I can eat chicken in New York and not have a problem. Sometimes I will do the chicken kebabs. I like those. And they'll have, chicken is easier to get. And it's usually you can get like one that doesn't have a lot of sauce. It's just like a baked chicken. And so that I'll get a lot. Because they will have these hot bars of like in a convenience store, not a bar, like a alcohol bar, you guys. But almost always they put sauces on the protein, and that's refreshing. But often you can get like some baked chicken, and so that's what I'll do. Because I don't think I'm going to be cooking in my room this time. I mean, I don't have a kitchenette, but I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do, because it really smells up the room. It smells like beef. I mean, but it's like strong, because like if you brought in a hamburger from downstairs and you probably just popped it in the microwave, I don't know if the smell would be as strong as when you make burgers in your hotel room. You know what I mean? On the little George Foreman is the way I would do it. But I don't know, I might. It just depends. Let's see how I feel. Because it can be sent there. It takes like a day to get there from Amazon to the hotel, you know, in New York, things like that. So, and they're last time we got it for, I think, under $17, but I think now they're closer to $30, the little guy. Everything's going up, but it's not the end of the world. So, but I mean, I'm a little worried about the trip for my sobriety, but every day that I'm sober here, I feel stronger, which makes me not want to drink. And the last trip, like, I only had 23 days. Now I'm already past, like, I would already be in New York last trip, you know what I mean? Like, I was already in New York, and I was already drinking. Now I'm still here adding sober days, and like I told you guys, this people don't believe it because they think, I don't know, they think I'm a liar, or they think I can't control myself or whatever, but no, this is the last time that I'll even have an option to drink for myself. Because, and you go like, why are you giving yourself that? It's not really that I'm giving myself that, it's just that New York is a struggle for me. I'm not going to go to New York anymore. So not like people go like, don't give yourself the option. It's like, it's not really that I am, it's that I'm saying New York is a big struggle for me and it's very difficult. I hope I can stay strong, but I'm not going to put myself in that situation anymore in order to stay strong in the future. So that's the only reason why it's in question. It's not like I'm going like, let me just leave it a question mark so I can drink. It's not like that. It's more just saying, after this New York adventure, I'm never going to drink, because it's not something that comes up here in Vegas, except for when I first get back from New York or when I'm about to go to New York. And then also, LA, that's not how it's been either, and I'm not going to New York anymore. So New York is solely the place that I go there to immediately feel the strong pull to drink, because I've created that habit there. And I'm there by myself, and I'm lonely when I'm by myself, so alcohol, I think, oh, you know what I mean? But now, after time and time again, I'm realizing that alcohol doesn't make me happy there, that I get miserable, that I get sick, that I don't feel good, that I don't look good, and then I come home depressed, and it takes so long to get back on track. So I think every day that I stay strong here, I have more of a chance of staying strong in New York, and that makes me happy. So, and everyone will see in 15 days how they're not saying that it's immediately going to happen in the 15 days. It's just 15 days is when I go to New York, and we'll see what happens when I'm in New York. I'm just like, I'm going to try to stay strong, because I'm tired of going through the withdrawals. But like I said, if I do have to do it, it will be the last time, and that is encouraging to me, because I can't keep doing this. It's too much on my body. I don't like it. It takes me like almost 35 days to feel good again. I mean, I have felt terrible. Like, my energy level has been like zero. Like, you guys will see me where you like look like I have energy, but hold on. A lot of times, a couple hours after the blog, I'm in bed, and Richard will scratch my head, and he's always like, I'm not gonna scratch your head. I was like, please scratch it. And he's like, you're gonna fall asleep. I say, no, I won't. No, I won't. I say it every time. I'm asleep in like 10 minutes at most, usually 5, after he scratches my head, and then I don't wake up till like, I don't know, like later in the evening. I'm like, oh dear. And like, so I've been sleeping a lot because I just really have not had my normal energy, because of these New York trips have just been really throwing off my body. And it takes a while for your body to get back on a health train, you know what I mean? It doesn't happen overnight. Unfortunately, you can get off of it immediately. Like, the day that I drank in the past, I felt like crap immediately. I looked like crap immediately. It was like immediately done. But getting back on course takes forever. So it is really one of those things, the more I've had to experience this, I'm really like honestly trying to be like, I want to stay strong on this trip. I really do, because I just don't want to feel sick again. If it's nothing else of like all the other stupid things I do, but it's just like the feeling sick, because I get sick. And I get TMI, I know, but it is kind of important, because it's something that affects me, is I get diarrhea when I drink, and that can be bad when you're in New York, because there aren't very many public restrooms. And sometimes I'm trying to get back to my hotel, and I've never, God, knock on wood, had to, but it's been where I'm like, oh dear, I gotta walk faster, and I'm already tired, and my feet hurt or whatever from my shoes. And I'm like, oh dear. And I just hate that because normally I don't have that experience, you know what I mean? Where it's, you have to get there and get there. But alcohol will do that where like when I realize I have to go, like I have to go pretty soon. And, you know, like you go, oh dear. And so that happens more than I want it to because I'm drinking when I'm there, you know what I mean? So it's like every time I drink, like I think like it only makes it worse. And so it's a real vicious cycle. And I don't like that I did that to myself this last year, but that's why I'm nipping it in the butt. I'm not going after this trip. And I wouldn't have gone to this trip had we not already had like so much of it paid for. That's not refundable because we thought, oh, we don't need it. It's cheaper if you don't. I don't know if you guys know that. Usually it's cheaper to not have things refundable and to pay up front for a lot of the hotels. So we said, oh, for sure I'm going because we hadn't been going to LA yet, me and Rich. So we thought, oh, of course I have to go then. And that makes sense, you know, it's my mom's date because I'm going November 6th to the 18th, and her day was November 18th when she died. She died November 18, 2005, so this is the 20 year. Anyways, we thought for sure it won't need to be refundable. Oh, no, don't pay the extra, and yeah, book it now so that it's cheaper, you know, and then as soon as we go to LA, we're like, oh, is it really non-refundable? But I think it just means I need to go for one last maybe closure. So what I think I was saying earlier is I really feel this is the last kind of like year I'm gonna like talk much about my mom. I mean, I might mention it once in a while or like talk as much about alcohol in any way. I'd just be like, I used to drink, you know, or even, you know, the eating disorder, like I used to. And so be like I feel 2026 is like a good year for me because we're almost, if it wasn't for the New York trip, I would say right now we're starting like, or like, you know, how we've already been, you know, this is day 35. But the New York trip is the question mark of like, because sometimes even Richard eats some sugar when I'm gone, you know, because he'll get tired and forget to cook and be sleeping and then wake up and just eat something that Gloria made or something. And so he sometimes gets off of his ketosis, but he wants to stay on it too. Like we've been talking about, both of us want to kind of stay on the protein diet when I'm in New York and when he's here. Because we're very good at supporting each other. Because even when I'm gone, Richard tends to eat worse when I'm gone. But the last couple of trips he's done really well, where he kind of stayed more on track than me because I ended up doing the alcohol. So I would feel really proud if we both kind of stayed on track with our diet and then it wouldn't be so much of a pain when I get home. But the good thing that we're feeling like if anything goes awry, at least it's the last trip. It's kind of like one of those things like we can handle one more time of any sort of thing that might occur, but after that it's just like we're thankful it's kind of like this whirlwind's over. And I didn't want it to be for a while. Like I was actually really excited about this New York trip when we booked it. Like I was the one that was like, I want to go. Which is like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I really want to go. And then once we started to go to LA, I was like, I don't want to go to New York anymore. But I think I still needed to like kind of like maybe just get out of Vegas for a second and like be somewhere that, I don't know, I just felt more alive. And honestly, I feel more alive at the beach than in New York City. But New York City used to kind of provide that for me because there's like a liveliness there. So I think when I was so depressed, it was nice to go there because people are always like, you're so happy in New York. I'm like, well, it's kind of hard to be unhappy. And honestly, most of my clients are pretty jovial when I see them, even if they are deep in addiction. Like people are just, I mean, you are in the coolest place in the world, even if you're tired and stuff. I mean, people are like nice and happy, and there's a lot of cool things you can do. People are always telling you, oh, you should go check out this or that. People love the city. If they're in the city, they usually love it. If they don't, they usually move. If they're in the city, they usually love it, you know. And so, out loud. Anyways, in Vegas, there's a lot more of this vibe of like melancholy because people are like, nah, Vegas sucks, too expensive. So it's like a lot of times people are kind of where it used to be happier here. And in LA, I got a vibe of people being happy because you're in LA. I mean, it is, even if there's a lot of traffic and even if you live in the bad areas, it's still awesome when you can just go to the beach if you want to. And I know it's hard with parking and dealing with all that, but you can. And we went twice and we found parking. It wasn't horrible. We went several times to the beach. But we went twice this trip. And yeah, twice this trip, I think. And then the other trip, we actually went 3 times, but we only got in the water 1 time. And this trip, we got in the water twice. So the other time, we kind of just like, you know, went at night and checked out the beach. Did I say this trip? The beach. what am I saying? I'm getting all confused. So there's all these places I was trying to like get them confused. So it's New York, Vegas, and LA. But luckily I will be getting rid of New York, so it'll just be Vegas and LA. It'll be easier to kind of. Because honestly, it is weird. Your brain starts to put them together where you're like, wait, where did that happen? Was that in, oh, wait, there was an ocean. Okay, that was LA. Oh, wait, it was cold. That was, you're like, oh, yeah, this trip's going to be a little colder. So I think I was talking about, I'm going to do a packing stream. I love packing. Oh, my gosh. And these trips are getting me to kind of get to do the thing I love the most. Because other than I love organizing. People think I love cleaning. Or that's why I don't, do some of the other cleaning, like the scrubbing the walls. I don't like that kind of cleaning, and I know no one does. Yeah, I'll get to it sometime, but it's like there's so many other things that come up first. I have like the regular cleaning and then other things in life that the walls, but things like keeping things tidy and like our general organization of the house, I love. So I already kind of have that down of like the general organization, so that's pretty easy for me. It's kind of like, let's keep it organized, but I hate like scrubbing the walls. But we are working on little things of like each little thing is getting cleaner and cleaner, but it's tough because they still get dirty, as this house collects a lot of dust because it's the desert and it's Vegas, but I love packing. Like I love it. And so these trips are giving me like a chance to kind of just like get all organized. I have all these little bags I pack with in my big bag. I'm like a nut about it. I'm so glad I got them. I got them one time. They were like in the clearance at like Walmart when I was, back when I was going there for the beef all the time. Oh, I got so many things on clearance. If you go to Walmart regularly, you see all the great stuff. And I would go early in the morning. So I'd walk through the clearance section. And so I got so many things. And I didn't even know what I was going to use them for. Like I got this laptop case. And it was only like $1, and I was like, well, I don't need it, but sure. And it's like this little like sliver thing. It was pretty. It's kind of like tie-dye. You guys have seen it if you've seen me pack. And then all these little bags that are like, I had no idea what I was going to use them for when I got them, but they were very affordable. I forget the price. Everything was super cheap, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to use these for. And I got them, I think a couple years ago. And at Walmart and even Target. Target I didn't go to as often though because I usually got the meat from Walmart. It was cheaper. So Walmart I went to, and I'd have to sometimes go to different Walmarts because they would run out. So sometimes I would say, oh, look at this store's got this is neat. So anyways, I never go anymore. We never go because I don't tend to say I loved Walmart. It was just they had the cheapest beef at the time, and so that's all we could afford. But now that we don't buy their beef, we tend to not go there. But so I luckily had accumulated all these silly little things from the clearance that I think those things were only $1 or $2, everything is great. And those are what I use for like to put everything in. And I just like, it's the weirdest thing for me to even have. Like, it's just like I wouldn't have had them. Like it's just like I didn't know what I was buying them for, and they're so perfect. Like I would honestly recommend if anyone travels a lot, like getting like little bags that are about like this size that like zip, and like starting to put like your small toiletry items and kind of even just keeping those together, and not like the ones that they sell. Like just having like it's like a cotton thing that zips, like a little bag that's like cotton but like zips, and then put everything in Ziploc bags, wrap it up so that you can pack it ahead of time and not worry about things spilling all over if you just wrap everything. I wrap everything in a Ziploc bag before I put it in the cotton bags. But I have like 4 of them. And then I have that laptop case that I use for my bra and underwear. And it actually works great to put your bras so you don't have to fold them. I put the bras full size and then the nicer panties in there. Sometimes I'll put the granny panties, but usually it'll be more like the thongs and the pretty panties and things. So they keep them all nice, and they'll get tangled with everything else. And then that was a laptop case thing, and that works great. So the more little bags, so you can already have those things like kind of pre-set, like the toiletry ones. I leave those, like, because I have like a small deodorant. It's not the one I use at home. It's a travel size. I have like a lot of stuff that's travel size. I just leave it in there, And since I've been going on so many trips, and so it was great when we went to LA. My stuff was like already like, oh, just grab my little packs that I bring to New York, but I have like 4 of them, and I'm now kind of organized in my brain what's in each one, because at first I didn't remember what was in. That was annoying, because then you get there, because you don't always have to unpack them too when you're there. You just get the one you need, but I didn't always remember, and then I had to open each one. But now I remember, and I try to keep it consistent what's in each one, and then you'll remember, and you just grab that, and it's so easy, like especially if something for the shower, and you just grab your pack that you need for the shower and go into the shower, But so when I first get there, I always make sure I have like my toothbrush and toothpaste like handy, because you definitely want to like brush your teeth when you first get off a flight, and you don't want to be like searching through your bag and things like that, you know. And then I always like to wash my face a little bit. I just usually take a shower, and so you want to make sure you have like those things like really accessible before I don't want to unpack everything. You know, I do unpack everything the first night, but sometimes when I first get in, I want to like it's not get fully settled, and then I usually go in and immediately get some water and find out some sort of protein to get. But when I first come in, I take the subway or I take either the LIR to the subway or just the subway, depending on where you're going. You take different trains from the airport, because I refuse to pay for Ubers. I even will have usually an Uber card. I have a client that gives me Uber cards, but I end up using it for Uber Eats, because there's this fabulous steak place that Richard will order me these burgers and this really nice little steak. I don't know what kind of steak it is, but it's very thin, and he orders it. Well, last time he did it too rare for me, but I think I told him maybe step it a little more on the cook. But I like it pretty rare. I think like medium rare, but this was, I think he said medium rare, and this seemed like it was mooing. But what it is, I don't have to have utensils. It just pulls apart. It's such a soft steak, because I often don't have utensils when I get to a hotel. They don't provide that stuff anymore in most hotels. Usually not, barely a cup, you know, like in the sense of like if there's a coffee maker, you might get cups, but they're really chintzy. And they're usually not an alarm clock anymore. I mean, this is not much. So sometimes when I first get there, I can drink, you can actually drink from the tap, but there's not even a cup. I'm like, usually if there's a coffee maker, they'll give one of them little styrofoam cups or whatever those are made of. But anyways, are you ready to take over?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How long has it been?
It's been almost an hour and a half.
Okay, that's good enough.
Can I do a quick long hit and then come out?
Yeah. Richard's going to take over. I like to do at least an hour, and I want to do like an hour and a half. But I do I know I talk a lot, but I do run out of things to say at some point, amazingly.
I'll be right back.
And I'm getting ready for lunch. So, because I did actually quite a bit of exercise this morning, in the sense of I went on a pretty long walk. I have no idea how far I walked. We used to have the Apple Watches that tracked everything. I used to love that. We were one of the first to have Apple Watches. I don't know if you guys know this. Okay, so Richard is like insanely obsessed with Apple, but now we're not liking them as much because they're getting chintzier and chintzier. But we used to be like the first to get all the cool stuff, you know, when they would. But now we don't. He never liked the new stuff anymore. But back in the day, Richard was like all about getting the Apple Watch, and so he ordered one, and he ordered a certain one. I always want this, just like the most basic things. I'm so simple with things. So when I say I'm high maintenance, not when it comes to like buying me things. I'm like, give me the cheapest thing. I don't care. But so he ordered the watch, and I was like, I don't want one. I was like, I always say no at first. At first I said I didn't want one, and he ordered his, and it was like it was before they were first making them. This is, I don't know what year, 2014, I think. And maybe 2015? I don't even remember. 2016? Maybe 2016. Probably 2016. But anyway, probably 2016. I don't remember what year they came out. But anyways, he said, they said it was going to be like a couple months wait for his watch, okay? And then he said, you better order yours. You better get one, because you got to wait a long time. And I was like, I don't really want one. He's like, just get the basic one then. I said, okay. So I got the most basic one, which, you know, guys, this is what the most point of the story. But mine said it would be like 6 months before the watch was going to arrive, because this was like before they'd even, I mean, they were on hold. No one was getting them. And so I said, oh, fine. I said, I don't. He said, just get it now. I'm just going to be even longer. I said, fine. I'll get it in 6 months. So all of a sudden, we get this notification that there's like a package about probably like a week or two later. And I go, oh my God, your watch is here early. And I go go get it, because we live in these apartments, you have to go get it from the office. And so I go get it every night, and I'm like, super excited. Like, it didn't kind of look right to me, like, because the packaging or whatever. And I bring it back, and then we open it, and it's not the right one, it's mine. And I'm like, what? Mine was supposed to be 6 months. So I got it like 1 or 2 weeks after they had like first come out. So I was like one of the only one that had one. And mine was I had the basic one with the white band. I think it was a silver face and a white band. And I loved it, because it was like no one had it. I thought it was the coolest thing. And everyone would be like, oh my God, you got an Apple Watch? I'm like, I don't know how this happened. Like, I didn't even want one. And I literally got it before like everyone else had gotten theirs shipped to them. I mean, like people that had ordered way ahead of me. You know, I'd feel very special. But it was pretty cool then. But then there became a point that everybody had them. And then they're really big. I didn't like the clunkiness of them. And I didn't like that it's very annoying to get it to actually show the time if you're trying to, if you don't, like if you're trying to like do something else and you're like, give me the time, because you often have to like push it. I just want to look at the time. So I got this Kate Spade watch instead. And I love it, and I look at it this way, and I wanted it to have numbers, and the one I ordered online had numbers, and the one that arrived did not have numbers. And Richard's like, return, and I go, no, I won't ever return things like that. And that's the kind of stuff I'm not having. He's like, return, is that what you want? I was like, no, but I like it, it's okay. But I like numbers, so you can kind of glance at the number. But guess what? It died like, probably 6 months ago. And all I have to do is put a new battery in, and I haven't. So when I say high maintenance, some things I'm just not. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't care. I'll wear the same thing over and over, you know? I'll wear a watch that's not even telling time. It would be convenient if it could tell time, because sometimes I'm like, what time is it? I still look at it as if it could tell me the time. It's been like 6 months. I still haven't learned. It's telling me that it's 6:36. That's not helpful. I'm getting close to the time. Oh my gosh, so I'm very upset that it's not Mariners and Dodgers in the World Series, but I am very happy it's the Dodgers. But it's the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Toronto. But I'm happy. So Dodgers are now my second team, which is not crazy, you guys. If you guys are like, oh, you're just jumping around with teams, this is actually not crazy at all, because Dodgers is 100% connected to the Mets. So, and I didn't even know that before I said this. What happened, it wasn't even to us going to LA. I just liked the Dodgers when I watched them. They're phenomenal. And Ohtani, pitching and getting 3 home runs in one game and 10 strikeouts. Get the heck out of here with this guy. We have no one like that on the Mets. Not even in the vicinity of something like that on the Mets. I mean, we got Lindor can sometimes get a home run for me. He's a switch hitter. But he doesn't pitch on top of it. I mean, we can't get a pitcher to go past the second inning most of the time. 97 pitchers in one game. I mean, I think we're getting the record for how many pitchers we've used in one season. Or, I mean, it's over, so I think we had the record probably. But anyways, so the Dodgers, okay, so the Mets were only created because the Dodgers were the Brooklyn Dodgers, and then you had the New York Giants, which is the San Francisco Giants, and the Brooklyn Dodgers, and both of them went to California, and so the Mets were created, and the Mets took the colors of both the teams, one color. So San Francisco is black and orange, so they took the orange, and then the Dodgers is blue and the royal blue and white, so they took the royal blue, so that's the Mets. So, and I'm from California, so like the teams, and I actually my first and only professional game I've been to was a San Francisco Giant game in the Phillies, and the Giants won. I remember, I don't remember what age it was, probably 7-ish. I don't remember. It was with my mom and my uncle. So yeah, I think it was after my dad. That was probably like 7. And I had a great time, but I always found, you guys. So my stepbrother Sean is autistic, and was like my best friend. It's very hard for me to not talk to him. I mean, we were very close. Since the time I was 4 years old, I knew him. And we were insanely close, and I watched him for many years, like me and him would just hang out. Like I would take him to church. I went to church even after I didn't really want to go to church. So I went with my brother. He loved it. He would pass out the bulletins, but he doesn't really speak properly, so he doesn't really know how to speak. Like, it sounds like someone that is learning to speak. So it's like, so when he says joy, it's koye, and so like it's things like that. Like, you won't know what he's saying. If he said koye, you wouldn't know what he's talking about. So most of the things he says he can't say probably, but he can say things like yes, no. So he can say hello, or he can say things like, I think he can say good morning pretty good, but I don't think so, no. I think he would say hello. I think he would just say hello, because he can't, good morning's too much. Yeah, I was trying to think, it's been a long time. But anyways, he would pass out the thing, and I think he would say hello, but that's about all he can say. But I was very close with him, and then now I just talk to my stepmom, so it's hard. It sucks, because I've called him, and he gets really excited but they'd even shut that down. Now they're like, oh, we're not really supposed to let him talk to his sister. What? Get out of here. So, anyways. why I was talking about that was he was involved in his favorite sport is baseball, and he was involved in Special Olympics his whole life, and so I live with my mom, but we spend a lot of time at my dad's, and then over the summers I spent the entire summers at my dad's in Los Angeles. But when my dad lived in Northern California, they had like split custody, but it wasn't 50-50. It was like we were primarily at my mom's. I think we went to my dad's like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and like every other weekend or something like that. But then when he moved away, we would just go on holidays, but I would go my entire summer because I was like, I'd rather spend the summer in Southern California than Northern California. And it was cool because we would go boogie boarding. So I would spend like 3 months in Southern California every summer from the time of 10 to 17. But well, I ended up moving there when I was 16, so to 16, and then from 16 to 17, I lived there, and then I went in the Air Force. But so especially when I lived there, I actually volunteered for the Special Olympics, and it was also part of, I had to finish some classes to this charter thing to like, because I only had like 2 classes left, and I didn't want to go into another high school. I wanted to just be done and go in the military, so I left my school to move to my dad's. It was primarily because of my eating disorder. They wanted me to go to counseling with my dad, which I did, but he didn't go with me. But I did go to counseling for a long time. I'll tell you guys about that. For the people that ask, oh yeah, I went to counseling for a long time. My dad paid for that, but she was just someone that just talked to you. It wasn't like a treatment center. And you just went like I think I went like every Monday. Her name was Judy. Very nice lady. I liked her. But she wanted my dad to be there, and he didn't want to be there. So it wasn't that helpful. Because it was supposed to be, my mom wanted me to move to my dad's to go to counseling with my dad, and then my dad didn't want to go counseling, so I just went to counseling. I've been to counseling a lot when people are like, oh, and I've been to therapy a lot, and I went to 4 years of alcohol treatment. I haven't done 4 years of eating disorder treatment, but 4 years of alcohol treatment. And it's very similar in the sense of the principles that you learn, because they're all addictions. So, and when I was doing the alcohol treatment, I was struggling with my eating disorder, so I was thinking about like how to apply these things to my eating disorder. So you do learn whatever time you go into treatment, because it's teaching you how to like, oh yeah, Richard, it's your turn.
Yeah, count me.
No, I'm done.
No, I need my.
Yeah, it's teaching you how to have the tools to stay sober. And then like for me in the beginning when I was young, I just had to go to AA meetings because I still wanted the social interaction of people, like because I was still really wanting to be social because I first, got my DUI when I was 22. So I loved AA. And so people say go to the meetings. I've already done that a lot, and it was good for me at the time, but now as being married and I'd rather hang with my family, I don't want to go sit with people. I'd rather talk to my husband, and my husband doesn't drink, so it's very helpful, and he doesn't like when I drink. So sometimes when I talk to him, I don't even want to hear because it's like, I know, he's telling me such good advice, and I'm like, but it's good. Oh, I like that shirt. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, are you sitting in this chair or no?
No, I'm gonna polish my hair. Okay. Let me just do my.
I like when Richard wears polo. Like polo shirts, like the polar collar. What is it called? Polo shirts with a collar. I like those.
All right. Hey everybody. So let's everybody give Joy a little applause, man, for doing an hour and a half out here. It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Felt good to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Start doing that actually. That felt good.
You should go out there and do it. Why not?
You always tell me to.
Why not? I mean, because like a lot of times I want to go swimming and you don't want to go swimming because it's a big deal because your hair and etc.
Oh, if you go swimming, I'll go swimming. If I'm
You like swim. You like swimming.
But I'm just saying in the times you don't want to go.
No, I don't like to go walking all the time.
Yeah, you don't like it.
No.
No,
Sugar Skull Mama says hello. By the way.
Sugar Skull Mama, hello everyone.
Hi, Sugar Skull.
Thank you for everything.
Hi, Liza.
Water?
No, I need the nunchucks though.
Oh, good.
And there's this one out here.
How about the little weights?
Nah.
Little weights or no?
No little weights for me.
Those are kind of feminine weights.
Yeah. All right. Let's make sure I'm centered here. We're losing the sunlight a little bit, but that's kind of the way.
Wait, do you need this other phone?
No. Oh yeah, switch me because that one has more battery.
Okay, let me just take my earphones out here. My hands are full.
Okay.
If you could actually.
No, I don't need it right now.
I'll give it to you right now. Take it out of the bag. I'm saying take it out of the bag right here. That's right here.
Okay.
There you go. I'm done.
There you go. Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, it looks beautiful right now. The lighting.
Oh, I know. Yeah, do you guys want to check out the view? You guys should check out the view. Let me get the, here you go. Yeah. Okay, well, let me get my nunchucks in first. Oh, this shoulder is getting better, though. Remember, I could barely do this a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago. Oh. The last bit of sunlight I have. Oh, I'm just doing a little mental martial arts with Bruce Lee. I think it's important to do the flip around because it's like a movement. It's good for your joints, you know. All right. Come on, let's check out the view. Oh, oh yeah. Look at that. We got a nice view out there. It's a nice day. For those of you wondering where we are, this is, so I used to feel like this is a futuristic city, like it's another planet. That's the Fontainebleau. There's Resorts World next to it, as you guys can see. All right, on to push-ups. Okay. Hey, Howard, you're back. How was the dentist? Everything check out okay? I'm just a poor boy. Are you singing more songs? Hit those likes, please. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to do what Joy does. We're going to do some push-ups. $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24, and $25. I used to do those like we would go to like a sales meeting, and I'd take a break and I'd go do a bunch of push-ups. Sometimes, one time my boss's boss wanted to see me do them. I thought that was kind of funny. Okay. Alrighty, bear. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy. Oh, well, that's cool. I get it. Now how do you feel? Okay. Whoa. All right. Okay, here's what I'm thinking now. Now I'm thinking, let's go wind down with some guitar. Does that sound all right? Hey, anybody? Hey, Kelly White. What's up? I know, I'm glad they found those WMFs. Oh, man. Bro's trying to do anything to get us to watch. Really, honestly, what would you like me to do? What's next, bro? I mean, we did the trapeze, we did the trampoline, we did push-ups, we did the nunchucks. I mean, what else? What's next? You're better than Joey, bro. Bro. Who is that? Is that guy in is he in Boys to Men or something like that? But thank you. Hi, Kelly White. Oh, you're sad? Don't be sad. Rich, was Threshold you? No. You don't understand. I have things to do. Why did he chew you out? You got mad. I saw him calling you out. You don't like that, do you? You want to be able to come out and say mean things all day long and no one check you on it. But as soon as one person says something mean, man, it bugs you. Must be a conspiracy. Must be some sort of alt account. Must be something going on. They said something bad to me. I mean, I say bad stuff 24/7 every time I come in here, every single day. But someone said something bad to me one time. Let's call the FBI. Let's get an investigation. Find out what the hell is going on. Rich, was that you? No, cross him off the list. We got to figure out who did it. Who said something bad about me? Mama T-Rex, it's really sad how insecure you are, but that's okay. Stick around. I was once like you. Oh, listen. What we're going to do now is we're going to shift gears. Oh. No, I don't need these nunchucks right now. Hey, Jojo. Do you need anything?
And 10 other family members also conceded that they had never laid a hand.
Do you need anything? Or are you good? Break out the pork if you could. Yeah. Are you hungry for lunch? Dinner? Okay, you're good. They're good. They're good. No, I think they're good. I think just pull that out. And we'll make that later for dinner, okay, babe? What's that?
Great reasonable doubt, which is all.
You're good. Okay.
That's the game. Reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt.
Okay. All right. So I make sure Joy has her meal on. What do you call it? All right, chat, what's going on? Oh, man, now I forgot my glasses. Oh.
When you go to the store, get me some chewing gum. You
Yes,
forgot.
I will sure get you some chewing gum. Absolutely. I forgot. We'll get chewing gum tonight. Glasses. Okay, so Joy is going to she's having a little lunch because she didn't have lunch. I fixed Gloria and Annette lunch earlier, but now I'm getting that prepped for dinner. But Gloria would like some gum. Oh, okay. How about a little mood lighting, huh? There we go. That's a little better. Hey, Howards. Is this like a group home? Kinda. more like an insane asylum. Okay. Sorry, I was messing with my guitar earlier, like rewiring it around, and then, it kind of gets like this because I got a piece that I did that didn't quite work. It didn't work to my liking, so I had to return it. So what do we have for requests today? We did Tom Petty yesterday. We did some other stuff I can't remember. Good day. Hey, what's up, Fast? Okay, hold on. We'll get there. Just give me a second. We're tuning it up. I gotta get the right sounds. Okay. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of more of a twin reverb on that one. Excuse me. I'm all tangled up here. I got tangled up in my own cord. There we go. There we go. That's what was happening. I bought this new tuner pedal because you know what? I hate to tune it. Because half the reason why I hate to tune it is because when I tune it, I have to. It's like the amp is over there, so I have to climb up over there, and the guitar hits the. I have this little guy here, and it's just kind of a big hassle. And if I had like a little tuner pedal, I would keep it tuned all the time. What's up? Hey guys. Doors? Yeah. Doors. LA woman. I need to learn this one. Let's get the music going. You hate Fenders? Why, Brutal? What's wrong with Fenders? What's wrong with Fenders, bro? You don't like Fenders? Huh? Talk to me. What's your beef on Fenders? Hey guys, thanks for hitting the likes. I almost forgot. A Gibson? I mean, I'm thinking about it. Do smoke on the water? Hell yeah, man. Let's do smoke on the water. I agree. I agree. Is that it? No, that can't get no satisfaction. Oh. We gotta blues that one up a little bit. How's the words go? Sorry about that. Just hold on. I can't run through there. But listen, I had now that I got the tune. Something like that, right? You guys know the words. Sing it. Head nurse, spoke up. Leave this one alone. Still right away. Bad to the bone. Bad. Something like that, man. Hey, Keith, how you been, man? Long time no see, buddy. Long time no see. Who called that song out? What a great tune to call out, bro. What a great tune. Let me get my blues sound back. I want my blues. See, like right now, I want to go tune my guitar. I should go tune my guitar right now, but I cannot, because I'd have to leap over this. Look what I'd have to get over to get there. I'd have to jump over this guy. and then I'd have to reach over there and while holding my guitar. So that means I have to hold my guitar up over this gear here. And oh man, what a nightmare. Okay, fine. I know, I gotta do a little of my Aussie. One of these days I'm going to make that transition over. Try that CD. And thanks, Bruno. You guys are awesome. Randy Rhodes is, oh, Randy Rhodes is loving it, man. Are you kidding? Randy Rhodes is he's my like spiritual mentor. All right, guys, I'm gonna go have myself some dinner. Thank you so much for a great stream, everybody. Please remember to hit the subscribe and the like. Really appreciate it. Also, you can contact us on our Discord if you haven't joined that yet. Feel free to join our Discord. Our Discord is free of charge, of course, and it's a good way to communicate directly off of YouTube, because a lot of times you guys want to get a hold of me about something or whatever, and Discord is a great method for you to do that. So